Alright guys, Joey the Banker here. I'm going to do a quick review on a pistol that I picked up a couple months ago. It's Glock 21. It's actually not just a Glock 21, but it's a custom made 21 from the GlockWorx shop in Ventura. Alec Wolf over there is the owner, and he's a real good guy. He set me up with this thing. It's pretty nice. So I'll show you real quick. It's empty. You can see that. It's empty. Nothing in the chamber. So I'm just going to run through this thing real quick and tell you what's going on with it. I think the most obvious right up front is the slide. There's a tray cut out of the slide, and then I've got the dragon cuts along the top. That helps reduce some of the mass in the slide to make it cycle quicker. It's got the Glock night sights on it, just standard Glock. They're not Trigicon or anything, and they're alright. I wouldn't, highly recommend them, but I guess it's better than just regular sights. But so I'm going to flip it over. I had something tattooed on it. It says CV Passem Parabellum, and one day I was driving to work and I googled Parabellum because I had always had an interest in I just kind of wondered what it meant, and Parabellum comes from 9mm Parabellum, and I just had a curiosity as to what it meant, and it means for war. So this phrase "Sivi Pacem Parabellum" means if you wish for peace, prepare for war. So I thought it was kind of cool to have, kind of fitting and kind of a cool thing to have engraved on the side of your Glock pistol. So I did. Anyway, so I'm going to real quick, pull the slide off and show you what's under the hood here real quick. You'll notice that there's some red lube on there. That's actually gun butter. And there's a guy up in Oregon. His name is Tim. Just go to gunbutter.com and you'll find him. He has some great lube, man. Best lube you can get for your gun. So this is a heavy tungsten titanium guide rod to help add a little weight to the front of the gun to hold it down for recoil purposes. I forget exactly how heavy that spring is, but it's a custom spring. I'm not going to pull the barrel out because it's just a standard barrel. I got a KKM ported barrel on its way. I've got to work that out with GlockWorx, and then should be getting that pretty soon. This thing's got a custom firing pin safety. The firing pin spring here. I'm going to pull this thing off real quick. Let me pull this back cover off and show you what's going on under there. Got an aluminum back plate. The firing pin and the firing pin plunger safety are custom GlockWorx too. So the bearing is a custom GlockWorx bearing. It's not that cheap plastic one that it comes with. Spring is custom, the plunger is custom, the whole thing is custom. So I'll just pop that back in. Then if you look at the firing pin, I'm not going to really pull the firing pin apart, but you might be able to tell under the spring. I'm not going to take the cups off because I've done that before and I lost one and it was hassle. But you can see that it's skeletonized. There's holes drilled through there to help reduce mass, to make the thing cycle faster. Then there's little trays cut out again to help reduce mass to make the thing cycle faster. So pretty custom. It's a full custom job. It's pretty cool. So I'll just pop that bad boy back in and put this thing back on where it belongs, and reset the plunger. It's always fun putting these things back together. There we go. So let's put this thing back together and make it look pretty. So something that you'll notice here right off the bat is the trigger is not a standard typical Glock trigger. It's actually a custom trigger made by GlockWorx and Zev Technologies. It's called a Fulcrum trigger. It's got adjustable preload and post load, so the pull is adjustable. It's a real nice setup. This thing's set up at about 4 pounds. I've got a 19 right over here. That trigger, I've got the same trigger on that thing. That trigger is actually got the same firing pin group too, but that one's that thing's light. That thing's like 2 3/4, maybe 3 pounds. So that's definitely not a home defense kind of thing. You'll end up shooting your kids or something accidentally with it. You don't want to do that. Then we'll all hate your guts. So anyway, got the extended release lever. Highly recommend it, or the magazine release, or lock or latch or whatever you call it. The slide release and latch. Thank you. That's what it is. The slide lock and release. So highly recommended. It's easier to use. You'll see that the grip is stippled. It's a fully stippled grip job. I had them do it at GlockWorx. I'm going to do my own on my 19, I think. But I like it. I definitely recommend it. After shooting, with and without, I definitely would take the stippled. Some people say it devalues your gun. I think they're crazy. To me, it adds value to it. So, and then I've also got the extended magazine release. After using the other magazine release on my 19 and then the extended mag release on this thing, I highly recommend the extended magazine release. So let's see what else. Oh, last but not least, I've got a Viridian green laser. This thing is really a badass product. Mine was dead on arrival. I was pretty disappointed in it. I had to rig it up a little bit to make it work. Basically, the metal cap touches a circuit pin to complete the circuit to make the thing work, and it wouldn't seat well enough. It was like it was cross-threaded from the factory. So really liked the functionality of it. Really disappointed in the way it came out of the box. So I had to rig it up. You can see this little piece of metal little metal ring that I shoved in there to help complete the circuit, so that the circuit pin touches the cap. So disappointed in that, but otherwise it's cool. I'm going to actually call Viridian. The guys at GlockWorx told me that Viridian would replace it directly pretty quick and easy. So you can see that that's a pretty bright laser you can see over there. And then it's kind of cool too. It's got a bunch of different settings. There's solid laser. There's laser with relatively bright LED light. And then there's a strobe LED with the laser. And then there's a strobing laser. That's actually really cool. I like that. So, and then there's strobing laser with solid light, and then just the light. So, and then back to laser. But yeah, I think I would recommend the Viridian. Like I said, I just had that one issue, and I'm going to get it corrected. I'm just lazy and haven't dealt with it because I hate dealing with stuff like that. But anyway, so that's really about it. I think, oh, there's like titanium pin sets and stuff in here. But other than that, that's it. I mean, this thing is a great piece, great part of my collection. I would say it's probably the centerpiece of my pistol collection for sure. So, these things aren't cheap. You get them customized like this, but this thing shoots real nice. I love it. Absolutely. I'd do it again. So, I hope this helps with some of you guys, and any questions, post them. I'd be happy to answer them. Thanks, fellas. Adios.